Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 4, Episode 12. So let's get to it, shall we? So you guys, first off, this show felt like a filler to me. Didn't it feel like a filler to you? I mean, just a whole bunch of nothing. But anyway, you guys. So it seems that Tiffany and Mel, the day has come for them to go to Utah, Alabama, to try and find her birth father. You guys remember that Lewis isn't going, but Mel is going in his place, and she is going to help Tiffany do much of the dreaded research that is going to be needed in order to locate her father. Now, Lewis asked her, is she up to it? And she says she's about as ready as she's going to be, but she is nervous, you know. It's been difficult thus far, and mainly she wants to make sure that her parents are okay with what she is doing and that they understand the reasons why she's doing this. She says that she's doing it for health reasons, you know, and also just wanting to know the family history. But her and her son are that's her only blood relative that she knows of, and she feels like she wants to get some answers. So I mean, that's understandable. So she's going to have her parents come over before she leaves for Utah, Alabama, and just explain to them what's going on. So the parents come over, and she tells them that she's been nervous about having this conversation with them. However, she is going to Utah, Alabama. I'm gonna stop saying it like that. She's going there because she's going to try to find her birth father. And what do they think about it? The mother was like, whatever you want to do. Okay. The mom, the adoptive mother, that is, she never knew her father. You know, she said that her mother remarried, and her stepfather became her father. She said she didn't even think of him as her stepfather. She's always introduced him as her father, and that's who took care of her. But, you know, if Tiffany feels that this is what she wants to do, then fine. You know, the father's being quiet. So she was like, Dad, what do you think? And he was like, you know, at first when when you found out that you were adopted, I was upset because I was thinking that, you know, eventually you would want to speak to your birth family and that you were going to forget about us. And, but now that now that everybody's older and has a little bit more wisdom, he realizes that, first of all, he can't even worry about that. Secondly, that's probably not going to be the case. And Tiffany says, no, absolutely not. She's not trying to replace them. She just wants to know her history. But, you know, she could never not love them. They are the ones who chose her. You know, otherwise she could have very easily grown up as a foster child. So no, this is not about replacing you. This is just about her finding out about her family. So she tells them how she's already tried this once, that the birth mom, when she found the birth mom, told her about the man that she thought would be the father, but that turned out to not be her father. So that's why the search still continues. So her adoptive parents are supportive. Okay, so that helps a lot. So her and Melody hit the road. Melody was just like, so girl, are you excited? And she said, you know what, she's ready to get some answers. But she's a little concerned that a lot of the records that would have her information on it, they have been lost. There was a fire and a lot of the things are gone. So she and Melody are actually heading to a local newspaper that might have like some archived paperwork, archived newspapers that will kind of tell a story for them. They're kind of just grasping at whatever they can right now. So anyway, on the way there, Tiffany starts to tell her how, you know, the birth mom, when she got in touch with her, you know, after she found out that that guy was not her father, the birth mom kind of stopped talking to her. And Mel said that maybe the mother was embarrassed, but it's probably more so that, you know, I would imagine that it is difficult for everybody involved when you have an adoptive situation like this. The mother obviously gave up their baby for a reason, and many times, you know, the parents might not want to be reunited with the child that they gave up. Yes, we love to hear the stories about when the family is all accepting, you know, and bygones are made bygones and everybody is ready to move on, even as 40, 50, 60, 70-year-old people. But the fact of the matter is, maybe the mom that's a chapter in her life that she would rather not revisit. So that could probably be the reason why the mom hasn't been more open to Tiffany. Anyway, you know, Tiffany wants to have this baby. She's telling Melody that she wants to do it. Lewis is not so much with it. And Mel was like, oh, girl, you better listen to him. When the husband flat out tells you that they ain't really with having a baby, then that is definitely something that you should take into consideration. I think Tiffany thinks that having a baby is going to make her and Lewis, I don't even know. Sometimes you kind of get the feeling that, does Tiffany even really like Lewis? You know, it's just sort of like, she seems like she's bored with him. She says that he doesn't like to do anything. He likes to stay at home. And, you know, she's kind of feeling like maybe if they had a baby, that would force him to be, first of all, he's very busy. So that would force him to be home more. And then maybe, you know, that he'll be with the family and they can do things. But Mel was like, or he could be the type to just be like, okay, you go on and do what you're doing and I'm going to stay home with the baby. It's just that when Tiffany talks about Lewis, it's never really the most glowing. I mean, I know there's times when you just, sometimes you, you know, you might not see it for your spouse like that. But overall, she just seems like, I don't know that she can take it or leave it. And it's only been a year. So, you know, you really should still kind of be in the honeymoon stages right now. So, anybody else get that feeling, or is that just me? Anyway, you guys, they get to Utah, Alabama, and they go to the newspaper. All right, there's a woman there that is going to help them, you know, kind of direct them. They got some bounded books over there that have like old newspaper clippings or the old newspaper articles, and they could go over there and just kind of see what they can find. Okay, because they were trying to look through like old yearbooks or anything, trying to see if the local paper had that. So she tells us that she was born in 1987. They're looking through the paperwork and they see that at one point there was a statewide adoption because Alabama, the state, had too many kids, too many babies that were in the system. So they were trying to get rid of them. So they would have like a big like adoption fair, it seems like, and they would feature children and people would come and, you know, pick out the child that they want and go from there. So there's a white guy that works there that Melody was like, excuse me, sir, how long have you been working here? And he's been there for a long time. Okay, but even if he didn't work at the newspaper, it should be common sense that it's going to be maybe a little bit difficult for you because the mother was white, the father was black. There was a lot of situations where white women did not want to have this black baby. And you could get in a lot of trouble. Now, the man, I don't know if he got his numbers mixed up or what, okay? Because he was like, you know, if you were together in 1970 as an interracial couple, that was grounds for lynching. I was like, but we ain't talking about 1970. We talking about 1987. It's just like, why he sitting up here talking about 1970, which, you guys, if I was gonna keep it all the way real with you, I didn't think Tiffany was my age, but I did feel like maybe Tiffany was older than 34 years old. So there's that. Maybe he just got mixed up because he was trying to tell him how they could get lynched. And Tiffany was like, it blows my mind that in 1987 that somebody could still get lynched for being an interracial couple. I was like, I think we got some dates mixed up somewhere in here. I'm not sure. But, you know, Mel was just like, well, he sure did give us something to think about. You know, he said that back then you could get lynched if you was a white woman and a black man together. I was like, girl, y'all, I mean, why are we acting like this is all a surprise, you know? So I was just like, okay, well, thank you, Mr. White Man, for imparting the wisdom, I guess. Anyway, they go out, and now what do? You know what? Let's just go talk to some people in the town. There's a black man across the street right there. He might know something. Okay, so they go over there. Mel, I'm just going to unzip my shirt a little bit. Okay, maybe she can get something with that. And they go up to this guy and they ask him, you know, is he from there? Yes. Were you born and raised here? Yes. Okay. All right. Well, we getting somewhere. He was born in 1969. So right around the time that Tiffany's parents were born. Okay. I was born in 1970. Tiffany could be my child, I guess. Anyway. So then she says, oh, I want to show you this picture. So she shows him a picture of her mother. And he was like, oh, yeah, I know who that is. Her and another white chick, they used to hang with us. You know, they used to like to be around the black people. So that made Tiffany feel a little bit better. Maybe, you know, her mom wasn't at least racist, that she did kind of, you know, she hung around the black folks. So this just wasn't something that was out of the blue. This was her normal social activity. Now, he said that when he first met her mother, though, she was already pregnant. So he doesn't know who could have been the father of the baby, but yeah, he is familiar with her and the woman that was the good friend, the other white woman. He just can't remember anybody's names. Okay, so I mean, we got somewhere, right? We get in the car and Tiffany was just like, it's a lot to process, you know, but she is grateful. Like, her and Melody actually thought that they was going to come out there and not get nothing. And look at all the information that they got. You know, we still don't have a name, but at least this man knew who the mother was. I was like, we already knew who the damn mother was. We trying to find the daddy. So I was just like, I mean, I guess. But so Tiffany feels like, I guess she's making some progress. She thanks Mel for helping her with this. And again, she's relieved that her mom wasn't a racist. Now, you guys, let's jump over to Letitia. Now, Letitia and Marsau, they up in Bessemer. Is that the name of the city? I think it's Bessemer, Alabama. And they're going to meet with Wanda so that we can look at this food truck that she wants to get. So when they get there, Wanda's already there with the guy that's going to be doing the work on the truck on the inside. You know, hey, y'all, this my food trucks. I love my trucks. Let me show y'all, you know. She's showing them all on the inside. The truck looks like a fucking disaster, which actually wouldn't be too alarming because, you know, depending on what the truck was used for, maybe, you know, it wouldn't be prepared for a food truck. But I'm looking at it like that looked like an old jalopy. Like, is the shit going to run? That was my first thought. But you know what? Everybody else is just looking at the possibilities, I guess. So, you know, Letitia was just like, oh, this is okay. Is this working? Does it start? Yes, honey, everything is fine. And Wanda got it all planned out. T-Man gonna be back here cooking. And then Quenisha gonna come and she gonna help him, you know, push the orders out. And then we got Tiffany. She gonna be one taking in the monies. So Marsau is looking around like, well, I mean, it definitely is a truck. Okay. But he's concerned about the engine. All right. He can see the drive shaft from the inside. We shouldn't be seeing that. So obviously there needs to be some work to the engine. So I know you're going to be doing the work on the inside, sir, but what about the engine? He was like, well, I have the mechanic talk to the mechanic and we'll see that. I was just like, listen, this man said he ain't no mechanic, but he gonna get the mechanic to talk to the mechanic. I was like, okay. And maybe you might do better just getting your own mechanic if this is what the plan is going to be. But Marsau was just like, if we give her this money, we might as well throw this fucking money out the window. Okay. Letitia feels like her mom has always been able to make something out of nothing. This shouldn't be any different. And he was like, I know, but it's different. You know, this is a business now. People have to have solid business plans to really have in place what they plan on doing. This is not always all about stick-to-itness. Okay, sometimes you got to really have a plan. So Marsau is not feeling it, but you know, Letitia, this is my mom and this what she want to do and I'm gonna help her, you know. Letitia was like, you all have a problem with working with my mom, but you know, Martell, you talking about getting into business with him, and he was trying to destroy the family with the shit that he was saying. And he was like, well, your mom does the same thing. Marsau, my mom does not try to destroy our family. Why we gotta go through this song and dance with these two? Y'all not tired of this? Okay, am I the only one that every week I just roll my eyes like, here we go with the Scott dance? Wanda, Marsau, and Letitia. But whatever, Letitia feels like, you know, her mom can do this, and Marsau's steady saying that he need a solid business plan before he can do anything. It's gonna be a lot of work to get this truck to where it needs to be. So really, if he had to make a decision right now, if this truck can start up right now, you got the money. Okay, Wanda. Marsau, I ain't came all this way to play games with you. You just need to... How you telling me what to do with my fucking money? That's why I'm just over this whole conversation. Because, honey, Wanda had been told off a few times if I was Letitia. But, you know, we totally different people. Yeah, Marsau was just like, if he had to make a decision right now, it's going to be no. Okay? But you already know they giving her the money. Why are we going through this? Guys, anyway. So, Wanda, Miss Wanda Shownuff food truck, they're gonna have an event. She's decided, I'm gonna invite all my family down there so they can taste the food, and if they like the food that will be served on Miss Wanda Shownuff food truck, then maybe they'll convince Marsau to give them the money. So all of Letitia's family is here. Okay, now I'm just giving you that warning. That's a lot to deal with just off the top. Child, you thought Miss Wanda was ignorant. The whole family is just a tinge special, okay? But what you will say about Letitia's family is, honey, they protect their own, and they definitely protect Letitia. Now, when Letitia and Marceau get there, they happy to see everybody, both Letitia and Marceau. Marceau's like, yeah, you know, he's seeing a lot of her family that he hasn't seen in a while, cousins and everything. He's happy to be there. You know, they excited to see everybody. Now, there's one cousin, T-Man, the one that's going to be working the cook back in the back, like Miss Wanda said. T-Man go and tell, I guess it was Tiffany, that his girl is pregnant. Okay, and the music was like, Skrrr! You know, it always gives you that scandal music. And I was like, well, what's the big deal? She's pregnant, you know. Of course, the girlfriend was like, I didn't want you to tell nobody. Like, I'm going to beat your ass. Because ain't nobody told you to get to telling folks all of that. Did not want them to know this, especially not today. We on TV and everything. T-Man was like, baby, this is my big break. He telling it all. So I couldn't figure out what the big deal was. But then when T-Man get to talking to Letitia, and he was like, you know, so the divorce is happening right now, and in the meantime, he got somebody else pregnant. I said, oh, there's the scandal. This nigga's still married, okay? Him and the wife obviously not together anymore, but still, you know, you already still got shit going on over here, and you already on a whole nother household. So Letitia was just like, you know, I think of T-Man as my son, and I want to tell him, you know, she's basically giving him advice like, you need to get it together. All right, you be complaining you don't have any money. You know, you just having babies out the blue. That ain't never good, okay? You got to be able to provide and be a father to these children. You know, just spreading babies everywhere ain't going to be the answer. T-Man got a lot that he need to deal with. Letitia having this conversation with T-Man, and, you know, T-Man and his girlfriend over there fussing. She was like, nigga, I'm going to beat your ass because why you always got to tell people? I did not want people to know this right now. T-Man is proud, okay, with his half-divorced new baby mama and baby coming. Anyway, over there Marceau dealing with Bernard. We not sure exactly what Bernard is to Letitia, but Bernard has a lot to say. Trust me, he ignorant like Miss Wanda. Y'all, I just sighed when Bernard was on there talking to Marceau. The crazy thing about it is that Marceau was getting a kick out of them, you know. It was almost kind of like he was laughing at them and not with them. First of all, they wasn't laughing. Them people were serious. You disrespected the family saying that we from the other side of the tracks. Okay? Oh, Bernard is mad. You know what? You just a controlling freak. And Marceau was like, no, it's control freak. Okay? You can't be controlling and for you both of them. But Bernard, you don't even know he's making fun of you. And you got too many women. Oh, yeah, the women, of course. All those 20 women that want Marceau. You know, then another cousin came. You know, Miss Wanda comes. She say that picture of you is of your bag. What hotel was you at? He was just like, oh, you guys want to see my bag? Y'all want to see my bag right now? So he going back and forth with her. I'm telling you, I'm just sitting there like, oh, God, I'm for real major size. Like, when is this going to be over? Marceau, Letitia's more than enough women for me. I don't need anybody else. Bernard don't want to see no picture. But Bernard was like, he looked like a penguin. And then now this nigga just coming up with what a penguin look like. Bernard said, give me my 15 minutes. He looked like a penguin. So Marceau was entertaining the family. One of them will say he was a stone-blooded liar. Again, Marceau is just like, I'm not going to be answering these people's questions because answering questions, you know, first of all, I don't win for losing. If I answer directly, they don't like it. I answer indirectly, they don't like it. Okay, they don't believe me. So, you know. And then the fact that Letitia wants him to sometimes answer, you know, he feels like that's a symbol of distrust. But like what one of the cousins was saying there, listen, sometimes you just need to answer the question. Okay. And he was just like, I don't have to answer the question. She was like, yes, you do. You know, maybe your wife needs to hear it, you know, because he was just like, even if I was cheating, wouldn't I say no if you guys asked me? They was like, yeah. He said, so then why would I say anything? Why does it even matter what my answer is? And they was like, because your wife probably wants to hear it. Okay. And Letitia does feel that way as well. Okay, behind closed doors. But of course she tries to put up the front and says, listen, let me tell you guys that I am not naive. I'm very smart. I can realize if there's something that I need to be paying attention to or looking into as far as my marriage is concerned, then I do that. I don't need people to be telling me that, you know, I need to be watching Marceau and blopty-blopty-blue. The same speech that she always gives. But then they get in the confessional, then she be saying stuff like, you know, I want you, you sometimes need to answer to let the other people know. So again, which one is it, Letitia? Which one is it, girl? I just, that whole conversation, I was tired of it. But like I said, Marceau seemed to be tickled, and he was entertaining the family, and they was throwing the questions. I mean, everybody had a job to do, okay? So while they trying to pin Marceau to the cross over there, Miss Wanda was like, everybody, come over here and get your foods. Y'all get your plate, taste everything, and let me know how it is. So when Marceau and them was sitting down with T-Man and Tiffany and everybody else, T-Man was like, we really got to get this, we really got to get this truck off the ground, because T-Man got a baby on the way. I said, T-Man, who business is it? You just working there as a cook, right? When he told Miss Wanda that he was having another baby, she was like, Lord, we ain't having all these babies. You need to, do something about your first wife first before you start taking care of another baby. Okay, I don't know how many other kids T-Man has, but I guess T-Man has made some decisions in the past that the family is over. So I was just like, maybe we need to make it clear that T-Man just working there for minimum wage a little bit more. I mean, T-Man seemed to think that he about to be on this business contract. And maybe he is. Is it just Miss Wanda's thing, or is it Miss Wanda's, T-Man, Tiffany, and Quenisha's? So there's that. They haven't said that, but yeah, T-Man got a lot riding on this food truck situation. Marceau still ain't sure about it. And that's Bernard was like, that's because you cheap. You cheap. You don't want to spend the money. I said, I don't hate a motherfucker worse than the ones that ain't got shit on nothing, but they want to tell everybody else how to spend their fucking money. Nigga, you got 5 on this food truck? No? Then please, Bernard, excuse yourself. But if you was watching Letitia and Marceau's face the whole time, they was kind of smirking. So that's why I was just like, all of this with the Scott family is just the act, you guys. I know over the week with the fight that happened with supposedly Martell and Marceau, we still don't even know what that is, but whatever happened at that fight, Miss Wanda was supposed to be the cause of it, and they're saying that Miss Wanda is now, Martell was saying that Miss Wanda was kicked off the show. Marceau and Letitia says that she's not, that she will be filming with them. And to me, it's just all one big racket. Like, they all know what they're supposed to do, and as long as their family is clear that there is no cheating going on, they'll just keep pushing this because that's what social media has done, and it continues their storyline. So that's just where I am with it. So any of the stuff that they talk about now don't even make me mad, because I just be like, more of the same bullshit. All right, you guys, that is it. Let me get off so I can do DC. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.